Welcome to Relationship Not Religion podcast. This is episode 3, and it is all about the 440 boot camp, how to enter into a personal relationship with Jesus. I'm one of your hosts, Tasha Wade.
And I am your other host, Rima Chidiak, and we are so excited to dive in about the practical steps to take to get into a relationship with Jesus.
Yes. So what we've done is we actually want to dive in to why we created the 440 boot camp. It all stems down to 40 days. 40 days is huge to Jesus in the Bible. I don't know if all of you have encountered it or witnessed it, but why 40 days? Moses was on the mountain for 40 days whenever God was giving him the download on the tablets.
He actually fasted for 40 days on that mountain.
And he fasted for 40 days on that mountain as well. And Jesus actually fasted for 40 days right after he was baptized before his ministry. Israel was in the wilderness when they left Egypt. They were in the wilderness for 40 years. It was supposed to only take
11 days.
11 days, and it ended up being 40 years.
They kept on going around the same mountain over and over.
Yes.
For 40 years.
Yes. It rained for 40 days whenever Noah got on the boat and the boat closed. It rained for 40 days. So 40 days is really all about testing. It's about transformation. It's about preparation. So 40 days is where it all begins.
It's birthing something new.
Yes.
Like Jesus's public ministry didn't start until he fasted for the 40 days. Moses didn't receive the 10 commandments until he was on that mountain and fasted and was with God for 40 days. The Israelites, that was just out of disobedience. It just so happened to be 40 years, but that 40 years was never supposed to be 40 years. And it does kind of foreshadow things in our lives. Like, what mountain do we keep going around over and over and over again? And we just keep like, I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. And God is like, girl, I'm waiting on you.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, let's do this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then the 40 days of rain, it was to birth a new existence.
Get rid of the old and in with the new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And gestationally, a baby's in the womb for 40 weeks.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't put the two together. You're absolutely right. Yes, so 40 days is a big deal. But what's even bigger than the 40 days is day 41.
Day 41.
Because day 41 is the beginning of the new.
It's the fruit of your labor. It's the fruit of your sacrifice.
Yeah. So that is why the 440 boot camp is so important to us and special to us, because we created this with 4 practical steps for 40 days. And once you spend those 40 days getting to know Jesus and revamping how you do things on a daily basis, always putting him first, it changes everything. It is kind of like when you're in a new relationship with a partner. You get to know each other. You get to know each other's quirks. You know what each other likes, what each other doesn't like. And that's kind of what this 40 days is. It's courting, if you will.
It's so beautiful. And I do want to say, don't allow the discomfort or the change or the hard block you from receiving your day 41. Because it is going to be something new. And with all things new comes discomfort. Our brains are not wired to like change. We love routine. We love things the way they are. And then the moment change is involved, our brain kind of panics a little bit, and it's discomfort.
It is.
But you say this all the time, comfort kills your calling.
It does.
It really does.
It does. Yeah, change is one of the biggest things for me. It's the hardest thing to overcome for me. Yeah, so that's why this 440 boot camp is really crucial when you're trying to set the foundation for your relationship. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this 440 boot camp and what these 4 steps are daily. So, number 1 is give God your first hour, and that includes worship, word, and prayer. And that is just basically when you wake up in the morning, the first thing we want to do is start getting ready. We want to start getting ready for our day, but God doesn't want us to do that. God wants us to give Him our first fruits of the day.
Well, actually, I feel like the first thing a lot of us do, including myself, before I started this journey, was get on my phone,
That's true.
check emails, check text messages, see updates on social media. I don't know why it just became the phone has become such an idol.
That is so true. That
We
is true.
reach for it so often.
And that is something that we want to replace in these 40 days. So for the next 40 days for the boot camp, we want you to wake up an hour early, 30 minutes early, whatever works for you. An hour is always the best. And that gives you 20 minutes to worship. Just turn on some worship music, listen to it, sing it. God loves when you worship Him. And then spend about 20 minutes in your word. Get into what I did was I got into the New Testament and I just started with the Gospels, started with Matthew, and I just started reading a couple chapters every single morning. And then I would pray. I would just give God my first hour every single day. I still do it today. It's not always an hour. Sometimes it's 30 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. But I always give God my first. It's kind of like a tithe. You give him the first fruits of it and then watch what He does with the rest of it. You give Him the first 30 minutes, the first hour, and then you watch what He does with the rest of the day.
And can I just say that anything you give to God, He multiplies. God is a multiplier. This one guy, I forgot his name, but he's this super successful, super busy, has a million things to do in a day, runs multiple corporations. He got up one morning and he said, my day is jam-packed. I have meeting after meeting. I have this after this. He said, let me spend 2 hours with God. And he literally blocked out his morning. He said, I know if I give God this time, my day is going to go by so smoothly and He's going to actually multiply my time. And I'm going to have more time in my day to get everything done.
And it does work like that.
It's insane.
It's supernatural.
Every single time I block out my morning for the Lord, when I tell you the way the day goes by so smoothly, so on point, so beautifully, it's like you said, it's so supernatural.
Yes.
And I also want to say, disclaimer, because my own experience, get out of bed when you do this. I stay in bed sometimes and I end up falling back asleep.
You stayed in bed doing number 1?
I did a few times.
Oh. Yeah, get out of bed.
Get out of bed.
That would be a good start.
And find an area in your house where you could have your alone time with God. I started using my closet. I sit in my closet and I just what you said, Tasha, I worship. I'm in His word and I'm praying.
Yes.
And it just fills me like no other.
And it will feel uncomfortable in the beginning. In the beginning, sometimes it does feel uncomfortable. It's like, what am I doing? I'm not used to doing this. And it's okay. Be uncomfortable. Just turn on a couple songs, play the songs, pick out a chapter that you want to read before you go to bed. And so you're prepared in the morning. But definitely be uncomfortable, do it, commit to doing it for 40 days.
And push back that busyness in your mind. Because I know a lot of people work full-time parents, all these things. So The moment you get up, you're just like, okay, I got to do this. I got to do that. All these thoughts, push past that. Because when you push past that and you're really in his presence, that's when the magic happens.
Yes, that's what we call the secret place. And
Yes.
we're going to talk more about the secret place because I'm still learning how to get into the secret place and all of that too. It takes time to learn all of this, but it becomes habit and it's worth it.
So worth it.
So that's number one. And number two is protect your eyes and your ears and watch and listen to Christ-centered content. That is a big one. When I decided to have a personal relationship or to enter into a relationship with him, I had to turn off the TV. I'm a TV person. I was watching Housewives of New York, Housewives of Beverly Hills, every single show that I could watch, I was watching it. But whenever
Love Island.
yes,
It's a big one right now.
whenever I committed to him, I stopped watching Netflix. I stopped watching all of the new shows that came out, and I just watched Christ-centered content. There's this one content creator that I love. It's the AOC Network. AOC Network. It stands for Ambassadors of Christ. And the content just taught me so much. He goes over Bible verses, but he puts it with movies and film and music, and it helps you learn. The music you listen to, that's a huge thing. A lot of people don't know, but whenever you're listening to things, it's your ear gate, your eye gate, your ear gate, your mouth gate. Everything is coming in, and what comes in, it comes out as well. So that's why it's so important what you watch, what you listen to, what you read. For 40 days, yes, we are asking you to put away everything else, even shows that you watch religiously, that you have to watch every single week. Record them and don't watch them for the next 40 days. Only focus on filling yourself with Christ-centered content.
And you know what's really cool is scientists actually have studied that your subconscious wires your behavior. And so what wires our subconscious is the things we listen to, the things we watch, the things we read, the things we see, that all wires our subconscious, which in return creates our behavior.
Yeah.
And that is why we are witnessing a more sexualized generation, a more cold-hearted like it's because crime
They're
shows
desensitized.
so desensitized. Where back in the day, a school shooting was a really big deal, and now it's just like
Which one was it today? Which state was it in?
exactly. It's just that desensitization is taking place so rapidly because of all the content we're consuming is making us more sexualized, more angry,
impatient.
just even in video games and everything. It's just so crazy. And to really, really hone in on what you watch and what you see and be a stickler. Like, I don't want that in my soul. I don't want, and people that don't even, like, you don't even have to say, I don't want that in my soul. You can say, I don't want that in my subconscious, because it's the same thing.
Yes.
And because it really does make a huge difference.
I mean, even to the point where when you spend time with someone, you start speaking like them.
Yeah.
What you're around, what you consume, what you hear, you start to regurgitate. Like I said on the very first episode, please forgive me. I will probably say bro a lot. I say literally a lot. I say like because you say like, and you say bro because I am around you. I start picking up the things. I start sounding like you. That's why it's important to the friends you choose, the people you hang around with. All of these gates are ways for the enemy to enter in. So that's why you got to protect what you look at, protect what you hear, Protect what you put in your mouth. Everything. It's all a big deal.
We are so easily influenced as
Yes.
humans. We truly are so easily influenced. That is why corporations spend billions of dollars a year in advertisements, because we are so easily influenced. You could watch a commercial with Taco Bell, and then like 2 minutes later, you're like, man, I want some Taco Bell. Like, that is how easily influenced we are as people. And the devil knows that.
He
And he
does.
knows that if he could get in to the music industry, the film industry, all of these things, then it's going to just naturally influence us into evil.
And again, while desensitizing it. All at the same. You're
Exactly.
absolutely right. And it bottom line is what you feed grows.
Exactly.
So protecting intake protects intimacy.
And also, music was created to worship. So if you're not worshiping God, you're worshiping something. Music is the most powerful thing out there because it goes into your soul, and it could take you back to a certain situation in your life when you hear a certain song. It could trigger a certain event that happened 20 years ago when you hear a certain song, because the way God invented music, invented the melody, is that it's supposed to go into your soul, because he created the melody to worship him with.
And Satan was actually the minister of music.
There's 3 archangels. There was 3 archangels. And what an archangel is he oversees a tribe, a group of angels. The first one was Gabriel, who was warring. Michael. Michael, the archangel Michael, was for warring and protection. Gabriel was a messenger, and Lucifer was the worship leader. So Lucifer actually was designed in heaven to create music. He was the only angel that was able to create, because he would create melodies. And he got to experience what it was like to worship God. And that's when pride and jealousy came into his heart and was like, I want this. So music is a really big deal to Lucifer, because that was his job in heaven. And so when he was kicked out and now he's in the world, his hands are so into the music industry.
Yes.
We see it in plain sight.
Yes, now we're seeing satanic rituals at the Grammys.
Literally.
We are seeing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And back in the day, it was subliminal. I don't know if you remember this, but it was so funny because they were like, oh, if you play this song backwards in slow motion, you're gonna hear you're gonna hear something crazy. Now there's nothing subliminal about it.
Nope.
It's in your face. Masks are off.
They're wearing crosses upside down. They're
lap dancing on the devil.
Yes.
It's insane.
It is insane.
And you'll see an artist literally go into the industry completely normal and then give it some time, and they're just way on the deep end.
Yeah, when we first met, that was one thing that I kind of thought you were really crazy about, because you used to always say, the Hollywood, the music industry, the actors, it's all demonic. I'm like, you think everything is demonic, Rima. Everything is demonic. And then year after year, it's just been unfolding. I'm like, you're right. It's just demonic.
It has become a prerequisite in that industry to be part of the occult, to have any type of fame or fortune.
Yeah.
But God is doing something so new with this generation, and he is on the move. Christian rap is just exploding. There's now officially, I think, 3 or 4 nightclubs, Christian clubs, and they are getting so hype off the Spirit. It's such a clean environment. It's so much fun. Whoever said Christianity was supposed to be boring or the music is supposed to be lame has not heard Christian rap yet, has not experienced that genre, because it is so hype.
Yeah.
It's so good. because I love to work out and I thought I wasn't able to stop listening to rap because I just like the beat. It hypes me up. Um, and then I would always use the excuse, I'm not really paying attention to the words. It's just the beat. But then God convicted me and he's like, those words are still entering into you.
Mm.
They are still entering into you. And if you wouldn't allow someone to speak to your loved one like that, why are you listening to that? Because if somebody was going, if literally, if you hear some of the lyrics in some of these rap songs, and if he were to like just speak that phrase to you, like bend down and make your ass clap, like I would be so offended. I'd be like, hey, don't talk to my friend that way.
I know.
Like,
It is a little crazy.
it is crazy.
But so that is why number 2 is so important, because we definitely want to make sure that you are very, very conscious about what you're putting in your soul, what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're listening to. That's why number 2 is so important. All right, so let's go to number 3. Rima, why don't you tell us what number 3 is?
So number 3, which I love because it's something that Tasha and I have always struggled with, and actually doing these steps daily has just changed everything. Is your body is his temple. Taking care of your body is truly an act of worship. When you move your body for like 30 minutes a day, minimum. The goal is like an hour a day, but if you could just get in 30 minutes, that's beautiful. And eat clean. Eat the food God designed us to eat. Like what we talked about in episode 2, God picked up dirt from the ground and created Adam, which tells us that our bodies came from the earth. And the reason why we're just seeing such a huge rise with disease and cancer and all these ailments is because we're so far away from the earth and so into a lab and a factory. If it took a lab and a factory to create it, it's going to take a lab and a factory to digest it. That's why we're all on all these pills, because we can't even digest the food we're eating because it's not real.
Oh, wow.
It's insane. So when we eat the food God created us to eat, and think about how amazing creation is, that what are the odds? And when people say that this just happened, it blows my mind, because I'm like, it actually takes more faith to believe that we just happened than than there is a creator.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are the odds that we live on a planet that nourishes us? That's not a coincidence. God literally created us on planet Earth, and planet Earth nourishes us, sustains us, and heals us. When we go back to the basics, we were created in a garden. God created us in a garden. Like, we are to eat from the earth. And a rule of thumb, if it didn't exist 100 years ago, don't put it in your mouth. If your grandparents, if great grandparents didn't have it, then don't eat it today.
So don't eat anything modified, all this GMO stuff.
Exactly. Go
Gotcha.
back to the basics. So eat clean, move your body, and you are going to eliminate so much depression and anxiety out of your life, because I don't know if you know this, but your gut and your brain are connected. If you have an unhealthy gut, you're going to have an unhealthy brain. And that is why we see a huge increase with mental illness, with ADHD, with all these mental disorders, is because our guts are just destroyed with the processed poison that they're giving us and lying to us and saying that it's food. It's not food. It could literally sit on a shelf for 20 years. We are alive. We need to eat living food that goes bad. Like, food from the earth goes bad. And then when you move your body, you actually release oxytocin, you release endorphins,
Endorphins?
endorphins, you release all these chemicals in your brain that make you feel good. God created us with joints to move. And when we sit in one spot all day, when we are just hunched over like a computer, and we feel pain in our body.
Yeah.
There's something so healing about moving your body, breaking a sweat, and eating clean.
Yes, because he is going to be taking up residence in there. So
Exactly.
it's not just for us, it is for the Holy Spirit. We're cleaning it up for him.
We are cleaning it up for him, but he is just so good, and that he's like, "Yes, please clean it up for me because I'm holy, and your body should be sacred and set apart because I'm now living in your body." But then the benefits that we get,
Yes.
aging is inevitable if you're lucky because nobody wants to die young. Aging is inevitable. Aging well is your choice with what you do today.
Yes. That's good. That is very good. And that is something that you've helped me with a lot because I eat like a 5-year-old and
I
you
tell you all the time, I'm like, you have a palate of a
I
5-year-old.
do. I do. But I am learning, and this is something that I have taken from our 440 boot camp that I am instilling in my life on a daily basis. I'm trying really hard. So that is a big one, honoring your temple. And you also will get some benefits from it that are, like you said, you might lose a little bit of weight. You might feel a little bit better. Inflammation might go away. So it's a benefit all
And
the
then
way
you're
around.
just gonna think
You
clearer.
think clearer.
You think clearer, you just feel better. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to eliminate depression and anxiety, like, get up and work out.
Yes, it helps.
It's a huge factor in how you feel, not just how you look.
Yes.
And that's something we've both struggled with.
Yes.
Tasha and I had eating disorders for years. Bad eating disorders. We would binge and binge. I would make myself vomit at times. And I think you or my sister were like, "How are you bulimic and fat?" So bad. I'm like, I don't even know. Sounds like something you would say.
Yeah. But I didn't say that. Let's just clarify that.
I'm like, I don't know. That's how messed up my life is.
Yes, but no, starving ourselves and then eating a lot. Like
That's why we started the Adderall.
yes, the Adderall, I honestly did start taking it because I started losing weight.
Yeah.
And that just caused a whole bunch of other problems. But yes, you are absolutely right.
Okay, so the devil is getting so um just mischievous and wanting to come at you in every facet of life, where he doesn't care if he destroys you with a crack pipe or a brownie, because honestly, his goal is to have you addicted and dead, diseased and dead, or scared and dead, because all three of those things block your calling. When
Mm,
you're deep in addiction, that's not who you're created to be.
mm.
You could love the Lord and be so on fire for him, but if you're bound to a hospital bed, how effective are you for the kingdom? And then fear. Fear for a long time stopped this podcast.
Mhm.
Fear of rejection, fear of how we look. Fear is crippling.
It is.
It really is. And so, honestly, I bring all that up to say that food has become such a big deal, especially in America. It is causing disorders. It is causing disease. It is causing so much issues. And if we just go back to what God intended us to do, which is eat from this earth, move our bodies, it is one of the biggest game changers, and it is an act of worship.
I love it. Okay. And then number 4. This is your favorite one. You talk about this all the time. Talk to Jesus all day. Pray without ceasing. Jesus is your internal GPS.
Love that. That is, and I say this all the time, but that is literally why God created us to talk in our heads. The internal dialogue was never meant for darkness to bully us. It was never meant for that stinking thinking. If you're in your head, you're dead. Anxiety, depression, all of that, your thoughts, it was never meant to drive you crazy. It was meant to be in dialogue with our creator moment by moment, all day long. Pray without ceasing. Talk to him all day long. That internal GPS navigating you through life, because guess what, guys? Life is hard. Life, there's so many decisions to make in just a single day.
Yes.
And to be able to just to take a step back and be like, wow, God, you're going to navigate me today. Because when we're driving and we have a GPS in our car, even if we make the wrong turn, we're not freaking out that we're going to get lost, because guess what? The
It redirects
GPS
you.
just reroutes you. Exactly. And so that is the Holy Spirit. He's leading you. He's guiding you. He's telling you when to speak, when to stop talking, who to speak to, who to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
It's this, he becomes your best friend.
Yes.
You spend the most time with him because you're in your head
All day.
all day.
Yes. Yes, that is so true. And it's not just a Sunday morning thing. A lot of people think Jesus and religion, it's just a Sunday morning thing. It's not. It's a daily, ongoing, every single minute of your day thing. So those are the 4 steps, guys. And this is what helped us enter into a personal relationship with Jesus. And we believe that this is really going to help you. Every relationship requires investment.
Mhm.
You have to invest time in every relationship that you want to flourish. So why would your relationship with Jesus be any different? You've
Yes.
got to invest that time.
So good. That's so true. And so we actually created a journal to help you do these steps daily. It's a daily motivation, a daily scripture, a checklist of doing those 4 things every day. It's very practical. We broke it down into a way that like we could understand. We're not the brightest in the bunch. And so if we could get it, I'm pretty sure you
Yes,
guys could get it.
absolutely.
I
Very.
say this all the time. I'm as sharp as a marble, and marbles are not sharp. And so you could get this journal on Amazon. It's called the 440 BootCamp by the Forgiven Project. And it is going to be your tool to help you get through the next 40 days so you could experience the fruit of day 41.
Yes, absolutely. And remember, it's not about perfection. You could mess up on day 1 or mess up on day 4. This isn't about perfection. It's just about progression. It's
Yes.
about making that commitment. Actually do these 4 practical commitments for 40 days straight. And if you don't hit the nail on the head every single day, it's okay. Get back up, dust yourself off, and start over again the next day. Every single day matters. Get to day 40, because on day 41, you're going to feel something that you've never felt before. And when I say that, I'm telling you this from experience. And we keep saying it's supernatural. It is. I never experienced the supernatural until I started seeking him. When he first spoke to me audibly, it changed my life forever. And we're going to get into that. My testimony and Rima's testimony, our life's testimonies, we're going to tell you about them on our next podcast. But it's just life changing. And when I tell you that we can't explain it, we really can't. It's something that you have to experience. And once you experience it, I promise you, you're going to want every single person that you know to experience the same supernatural encounters that you're experiencing, because life will never, ever be the same again. I'm not saying life is going to be perfect, because it won't be perfect. You are still going to cry. You are still going to have struggles. You are still going to experience heartbreak and letdown and disappointment, but you're never going to experience it alone. You're always going to have him right there holding your right hand. And I realized something, because in the Bible it always says he's holding your right hand. And I realized, why is it he holding your right hand? And I realized that he holds your right hand because your left hand is left free, so you can grab on to those other relationships that he has in your life. Husband, wife, best friend. That's what this hand is for. This hand is to hold him, but this hand is to hold that other relationship. It's all about relationships. This relationship connects to the next relationship, and that relationship connects to the other one. It's all bringing us in to a tribe, to a family where we experience him, we tell everybody about him, and we live this life together hand in hand with each other and with him.
That is such a beautiful analogy, and it's so true. It's that vertical relationship, and we talk about this all the time, how it creates a cross.
Yeah.
Where we are in a relationship with him and it goes upward, and then the
Yes.
vertical relationships with each other, and it really does make a cross. And then we actually love better when we're full of love, because what's in your heart comes out.
Yes.
And so how could we expect someone to love if they have never felt loved in their hearts?
Mm-hmm.
That's why people say hurt people, because what's in your heart comes out. And if there's nothing but hurt and anger and bitterness in your heart, that's what's going to come out. And so Jesus is like, give me your heart. Let me feel it. Let me feel it. Let you overflow with love and joy and peace. And it's going to overflow onto others.
Yes.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited for you guys to just get on this journey and just knock these 40 days out and experience the goodness of God. God is like, please take me up on my word.
Yes.
Please ask if I'm real. Like, go down that rabbit hole. It'll never return void.
Yes.
Ever.
Absolutely. That is so beautiful. That is. And we're excited. The information on where to get the book will be on the screen. So definitely click that link, and that'll take you to the to purchase the book. And let's do life together. Let's do this relationship thing together. We want to hear about your supernatural experiences that you had during the 40 days. DM us, let us know. Come on the podcast. Tell us about your story. Tell us about your supernatural experiences. We want to hear it. One of my favorite verses is they overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the words of their testimony. God wants you to tell everybody about your experiences, because what happens to you and how he delivers you and how he speaks to you, he'll do it to someone else, but they won't believe it until they hear it coming from your mouth. So DM us, tell us about your experience. We want to hear about it. And again, let's do this relationship thing together. That's what we're here for. So thank you for joining us on episode 3. And
yes, guys, we love you guys. And we are so excited to walk out this journey together, hand in hand. So may your hearts be surrendered, your steps be bold, and your lives be living proof that Jesus is real. Love y'all.
we love you. Bye.
Bye.